This video is going to go through how to do the iXLs in S, the previous ones that were assigned at S.8, 9, and then we will go down and look at 20 and 24. So starting with S.8, in this section, you are given a graph and you have to write an equation from the graph. Now, slope-intercept form is going to be the easiest way to write the equation, because since we have this graph, we can count to find the slope, and we can also find the y-intercept, which is where it crosses the y-axis. So I'm going to get out my pen here and mark. This point here, the 7, that is your b. So b is going to equal 7. You'll have to excuse, I'm writing with a mouse here, so it's not going to look the best. So this is our goal here, y equals mx plus b. So y equals mx plus b. So b is 7, which means I'm going to have a plus 7 on the end of my equation. Now I want to count to find the slope. Slope is going to be our rise over run. So let's change to a different color here. So I have this point that I can start at here, and it looks like way out here is going to be my next point that I can go with. So to count from dot to dot, I want to figure out how far I'm going up. You would go down if the line was going down, but this one is going up. So I'm going up 1 and over to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So over to the right 8. So that would be the ratio 1 over 8. And that is going to be my slope. So with a slope of 1 over 8 and a y-intercept of 7, we just have to plug into this equation. So down here in my box, I would type in y equals 7x, sorry, let's try that again. Because again, I said my slope was 1 over 8. Y equals 1 over 8x plus 7. 1 over 8 is my slope because I'm rising 1 and running 8, and my y-intercept is 7. Now I'm going to click submit, and I'm good to go. Now for the next one, let's go ahead and erase this little bit here. So let's try and look and see what's going on with this graph. So here you can see my y-intercept is -4. So I'm going to have a b value of -4. My slope, it is going down, and it looks like the next part for my slope is about right here. So I am going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over to the right 1. So -5 over 1. -5 over 1 is going to simplify to -5, and that is my m. So again, we're plugging into y equals mx plus b. So y equals mx plus b. My m is -5, my b is -4. So let's come down here to our text box. Y equals -5x minus 4. And that's all you have to do for this section. Let's go ahead and erase this while we are thinking. Let's see here. Get this off the screen. If we jump to another level, if I jump using my teacher preview, you can see even at the tougher questions, this one is counting by tens, but as long as your x and your y axis are the same value, you can still count blocks. So even though I'm counting by tens on the y and tens by the x, my slope, because I'm going from this block, I'm going from this block here to this block here, you're rising 1 and running 1, rising 10, running 10. 10 over 10 is the same thing as 1 over 1, so your slope is still 1. So it doesn't matter, just as long as your blocks are counting by the same units. So let's go back now and take a look at S.9. So S.9, slope-intercept form. With this one, you are still going to be using your y equals mx plus b, but they actually tell you here your m and your b. So anything that is a y-intercept is going to be your b, your slope is going to be an m, and again, you have y equals mx plus b. So we have here y equals, my m is 5, so that's 5x. My y-intercept is a positive 2, so plus 2. Y equals 5x plus 2. Now, sometimes they'll switch up the order that they give you the questions in. I guess I didn't have to get rid of that part of it. Y equals mx plus b. Now they tell us the y-intercept first, so that's my b, and the slope is 3. So you just have to make sure that you put the proper number in for the proper place. So this one would be y equals 3x, because my m this time is 3, and then plus 8, because positive 8 is my y-intercept. So that's S9. Let's go ahead and erase this, and we can look at the next one. Okay. S.20 deals with horizontal and vertical lines, and this is something you may just, once you do a couple questions, you may have to write down some hints for yourself so that you do have this memorized. So it says, look at the graph and then what's the equation of the line. Well, this graph is vertical. Vertical lines are always going to be x equals, and then whatever x number it crosses through. This one crosses through 4, so this equation would be, negative 4, x equals negative 4. Vertical lines are always x equals, horizontal lines are always y equals, and then you name the number on the axis that you're crossing through. So we would submit that, and there's our answer. Now this is asking us a similar type of question, except for this time they give us the equation. So x equals negative 9, is it horizontal or is it vertical? Well, like I just said, horizontal lines are y equals, vertical lines are x equals. And again, same type of question. It's x equals, so this is going to be a vertical line. Let's do a teacher jump and see if we're going to get something a little more difficult towards the end. And again, the reason this might be a little more difficult is because each block represents 10 instead of 1. So you would have to count that into, or factor that into your answer. So this is an x equals line, but the value that I'm crossing through here is negative 30. So I would have x equals negative 30. You have to put in the x equals, or it will not take your answer. You can't just type in the negative 30. And this one, again, is asking us, we've gotten a lot of questions about vertical lines here. I promise there are some horizontal ones. Let's see if we can get one to come up here. Here we go. So this one, you see the purple line at the top, this one is going across instead of up and down, which means this one is going to be a y line. So you want to look at the y value that this is crossing through, and that would be 10. So your solution here would be y equals 10. Okay, the last section that we have here is number 24. This is point slope form, write an equation from a graph. For the majority of the questions on here, you're merely plugging in information from the graph. So this is going to be the equation. Let's see here. It's y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. You are going to be plugging in for the m, which is your slope. You will have to count that from the graph like we did in the first section. And then x1, y1 is going to be the ordered pair that is in the graph. So that's going to be your bright red dot here. So if we look at this, my slope, it looks like I have a dot, well, I have the red dot, And then I also could draw in another dot here. Each block is counting by hundreds, so all I really have to do is count the blocks for my M. So my M is going to be down 1 and over 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be a negative 1 over 3. It's negative because I went down. Then the coordinates of this point here are going to be 600 for the X. The Y is negative 100. And then you're going to plug those things into the appropriate spot. If we scroll down here to see what we're given in our answer, you can see there's blanks for the Y1, the M, and the X1. So my Y1 is negative 100. My M was negative 1 over 3. And my X is 600. So you're just filling in things in their appropriate spot. And that was all we had to do for that one. This one is a similar type question where all you're doing is plugging in the slope in this, the middle box here, the one right after the equal sign. Y1 goes in the first box and X1 goes in the second box. I'm going to do a jump and see if they ask us something different here, and see this one does not give us, doesn't give us boxes to plug into. We still have to take our information like we had from before, but now we are going to be typing in the equation. So we're typing in the y minus part. So my ordered pair up here is 6, 10. So 6 is going to be our x1, 10 is going to be our y1. If I count slope, it looks like I have a point here, even though it's not on the graph. So I would count my rise first. I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over to the right 1. So my slope is going to be 5 over 1, which is simply 5. And now we're plugging into this formula. So y minus y1 equals m parenthesis x minus x1. So we're going to take that information and plug it in down here. So I have y minus my y1, which was 10. Remember, in your ordered pair, the y is always the second number, the x is the first number. So y minus 10 equals my slope of 5, and then parenthesis, x minus my x sub 1 value, which you can see was 6. We can submit that, and that should be our final answer there. So I hope that was helpful and will guide you into getting a slightly higher score than what you currently have. Please let me know if you still have any questions on this. Otherwise, have a great day.